What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for a how-to video of grabbing people's audio and video from Discord to be able to play online, whether you're recording or streaming. This is a bit of a follow-up from another video I did of how to play online with GSPro using Discord. So I'm going to go through a couple different things here. I'll preface this by saying there is a decent amount that goes into it, so there's some kind of intricate details which I may end up forgetting. I have some stuff written down, but if I end up forgetting anything, let me know down in the comments. I'll pin some stuff. But I'm going to try to go over a high level overview of putting stuff in from Discord, and also, before we even get started, kind of some best practices, and even I'll show you how to get GSPro, your mic, and your video into OBS if you're going to use that. That's what I use. This is going to look a little bit different because I'm kind of showing you guys behind the scenes, so you can see how it's kind of like all windowed out here. For whatever reason, when you record your screen in OBS, that's how it looks. So it's going to look just a little bit different from here versus on your end, but I'm going to try my best to explain everything. So first things first, just to remove any confusion, you guys can see I have a new scene down here. I would recommend setting up different scenes for like recording, live stream, recording, different scrambles you may do, different matches. I find it easier to separate stuff. You can just copy and paste all of these. Once you get one scene set up the way you want, you can copy and paste all this stuff into a new scene, and you just click down here to add a new scene. We're going to press cancel, but I would recommend separating stuff. This one I set up a fresh new scene for how to. These first three sources here are just so you can see and hear me right now, and I'm recording my screen. So disregard these, but just to make things simple, I'm going to leave this mic here just so you can hear me as I explain this. I'll add another one so I can show you how to do it, but I'm going to get rid of my video just so we can kind of start from scratch. So just imagine that this scene section here is blank if you guys are setting up for the very first time. If you already stream and record your rounds, you know how to put GSPro and your audio and your video into it, but maybe for people that are stumbling across this, they don't quite know. So I have GSPro running in the background. Again, this is going to be a little bit wonky because I am capturing my screen, so it would be a little bit different on your end, but if I pull up GSPro, I'm on the main screen. Hopefully you can see that. But in order to get GSPro to show up, what I do is I do game capture. So that is right here in the middle. Game capture. You can name it GSPro. You can name it whatever you want. Press OK. I have it selected to capture a specific window, and then that window obviously is going to be GSPro right here. You don't have to worry about, I don't change any of this stuff. Press OK. Now we have game capture here. Again, my display capture is overriding it, but if you guys put that in, you can confirm this main screen will just be a full screen of GSPro. You can size stuff, so this will be for my display capture, but you just kind of drag and drop. You can resize stuff, you can move it around. And if I pull up GSPro once again, this should populate. You guys should be seeing that, but that's basically how you get GSPro into OBS to be able to show your actual gameplay. Second, you're going to want your own camera. So I kind of alluded to this in the first video. In my opinion, the easiest way to do this is if you're playing by yourself, it's fine. If you're playing online, you need to have a dedicated camera for OBS, and you need to have a second dedicated camera only for Discord. I'll show you a workaround for that. It's a little bit trickier. It takes a couple extra steps. But if you're going to be doing this pretty frequently, cameras and a lot of this stuff now is so cheap, I would just recommend just buying two different cameras. Keep them separate, keep your life easy. But for people that aren't aware, what you'll do is just, again, down here in the Sources tab, add source, video capture device. For the sake of this, I'm just going to add my webcam back. But you will press, or we can even add, it doesn't matter. But I'll delete it after. So you can name it whatever you want. Okay. You can pick different cameras here. So this is my camera that I have dedicated for Discord. If you select this one, if you only have one camera, it is going to tell you as soon as you try to load that camera up in Discord that you can't use both for the same. But you could select anyone. So HD camera, OBS virtual camera is a whole nother can of worms. But just for the sake of this, we'll select this. It's just, again, over here on the wall at the door. Again, depending on what it is, you can move this around, you can resize it. I'll show you how to crop it once we do the OBS, but For your main video, if you have a camera, you can put it wherever you want. You can crop stuff and you can change the size. That's how you would add your own camera. Again, I highly recommend just 2 individual cameras if you're going to be playing online a lot. So we'll leave that for now. I'm going to have to delete that. But the final step, if you're just playing by yourself or streaming, will be adding your mic. So again, I already have it here so you can hear me explain all this stuff. But what you would do is simply another source. You would do audio input capture. You can again name it whatever you want. Press OK. And now you can select all the different options for mics that you may or may not have. So there's a built-in mic to that camera that I just added. There's a built-in mic to the computer. I have my headset on, so my earbud, which I explained in the previous video, you can select the mic through there. And then for the purpose here, I also have my wireless mic that I always use. That's this one right here. You press OK. You may be hearing double audio, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. But that's basically the baseline. Let me just get rid of that so it's not double audio. That's basically the baseline overview if you want to just get started in the first place to be able to show your video, people be able to hear you, and add GSPro. That's how you do it. I guess for the sake of it, we're just going to get rid of this because it's going to complicate things. This is my webcam that I use for Discord video here. It's just going to complicate things, and the main part of this is grabbing audio and video from Discord. So again, what you should have, if you have a dedicated camera, you'll have the GSPro game capture right here. You'll have your mic, and then you'll also have a camera. Going over to Discord now, so if you're playing online, you join a room like I showed you in the previous video. We will pull up Discord here. You guys should be seeing this. This is just the Thursday Thunder text channel. There's a link down below if you want to join the Discord. For the sake of the video, this doesn't really matter, but you would pick, if whatever match you're playing, you would hop into a dedicated room just so no one else pops in and messes this up. We'll go Big Dog Scramble. I think it's either late at night or early in the morning for Big Dog over there, so he won't be popping in, I don't think. But so this is basically how it looks. So right now I have my mic going through. I showed you guys how to change your settings in the previous one. So in the middle section here, voice and video, I highly recommend, and what I do is I have my mic. You can use the same mic for both OBS and Discord. So I have that same mic that you guys saw before, working for both OBS and Discord. The input device is there. Output device is a wireless earbud that I have in my ear. The video here, we can test this. It's still selected to the anchor. If we test it, because I took it away from OBS, now that is working here. So I would just get in the habit of double checking those things to make sure that your mic and your audio is all going through the right things. Now in terms of this, you would just have someone else pop in here. For the sake of the video, obviously it's only me in here, but we can grab whatever we want. So we'll go ahead and turn the camera on. And you can just pretend that this would be someone else that you're playing with over here, but it works the same either way. So first thing that you're going to want to do is add the audio. So anyone that you're playing with that's talking, you can also put that over into OBS and put it out into a video or a stream so they can hear you as well. So what we'll do is we'll go back into OBS. We will add a audio output capture instead. So obviously audio input being a mic, audio output means anything that's going over a speaker, or for my case, my headphones. It will pick up that audio, grab it, and send it out to either a stream or a video. So what we'll do is we'll add that. Again, you can name it whatever you want. We'll press OK. And for me, again, if you have your Discord audio, you're talking to someone, it's going through either your speakers on your computer, maybe a Bluetooth speaker, the speakers on the projector. You'll just have to pick whatever works best for you. But for me, it will be, because I'm using my headphones right here, the headphones JBI True XT2. So we'll grab that. Now there's no one talking, but if I were to play a clip now in the soundboard, that was one thing that I kind of messed up in the last one. I didn't add it because I was just showing you guys in the previous video, but audio output capture now. Anything that plays, whether you're watching a YouTube video or mainly this is for Discord, anything that is audio in Discord and that goes through my headphones will now get picked up. So if I go back into here and the soundboards are actually really fun. If I go and click a soundboard for, I don't want to do anything too crazy, but we'll do Flying Fat Kid for this one. This should be coming through now because as soon as I click this, as if someone else were to play it or if someone else was talking, it'll go through my earbud that's plugged in, and now it should also be going through Discord, so you guys, or OBS rather, so you guys should be able to hear this as soon as I play it.
Lemon drop things I was drinking. Those are good.
So again, soundboard just for an example, that would be the other person talking, but now as far as OBS goes, we have GSPro, you would have your camera, you would have your mic, and now you have the audio of anyone else that you're playing with, whether it's one person, 7 other people, you get the idea. After that, what we're going to want to do is add a window capture to be able to grab the other person's video. So for the sake of this, just for demonstration purposes, we're going to pretend that my video is someone else that you're playing with. We can also grab this over here, but for the sake of this, we'll just show you. We'll pretend that this is someone else, whether it's Flying Fat Kid or you pick someone that's playing. So in order to do that, we will have to do another source. We will go window capture. One thing that I will note here, again, you can name it whatever you want. You do need to have Discord open, and you need to have it like open. So if you minimize it, it's not going to show up. You need to have Discord open, and Discord needs to be open throughout the entire stream. I'll show you guys that, but if you minimize it, it will go away because it's not an active screen. You need to have this up at all times in order for the video to keep going through. So you just leave it up, and then what I do is I have that. If I'm doing OBS, I just click this over the top of it. So now it's still up and active. It's not minimized. So you can name this whatever you want. And the window that we want to select is going to be right here. If you pop into a different room, it'll change. But we're in the Big Dog Scramble room, Hosel Rocket Golf Discord. We're going to press OK. I don't change anything else here. And now we'll press OK. So now we have all the things that I mentioned before, and we have now this window capture capturing the entire Discord screen. So what I found works the best here, again, for the purposes of this, we're going to pretend that this is someone else's video right here. What we're going to do is hold down the Alt key, the ALT, Alt key, and we're going to go ahead and hold that down and drag in the corners. So you can see now I'm starting to crop. So when I'm talking, you can see those green bars. I don't personally care for those, so I'll go slightly inside of that just to get rid of it for when anyone talks. But I'm just pressing the Alt key, holding it down this entire time, and I'm able to drag in the corners and crop it. If you've heard other people that play online, so you can now drag this wherever. Again, it's a little bit wonky because I'm grabbing my screen, but if you've heard anyone say, all right, if we're going to play for Thursday Thunder or a match or anything, get in there 10-15 minutes early. This is what takes the most time. Anyone down there in the comments, please let me know if there's a better way to do this. For me, this is the only way that I know how to. And one other video is not a big deal. Like you saw that didn't take too long. But if you're possibly playing you plus 5 other people or 7 other people and you have 8 people in the room, you're going to have to do that 7 more times, which can be a bit lengthy. You're cropping everything. If you happen to mess up, what you can do is right click on it and you can go to transform and reset transform, and now it's back to when we first put it in. So if you happen to crop too much and you say, oh, I forgot to hold down the Alt key and I started dragging, or you took too much, or someone else popped in and it got messed up, that's how you reset things to kind of back to where they were, and you don't have to worry about messing anything up. So once again, I'll just show you real quick. Hold down the Alt key the entire time, and with the left button on the mouse, just the regular left click, you just start dragging stuff in to crop to your preferred size. So those are really the main things. If you only have one camera and you want to use that to be able to play online and also use it for OBS, what you're going to have to do is turn it off like I did here in OBS and only use it for Discord, and you would follow those same steps and just grab your own video. So for the sake of this, we'll pretend that this is someone else and then this would be your video. For whatever reason on Discord, you always show up as like left-handed or reversed, so you're like flipped horizontally. It doesn't look like that in Discord for the other people, but for whatever reason on your own screen, if you set this up and this was me in the simulator swinging, I would look like I'm left-handed and I would be swinging opposite-handed. I don't know why that is with Discord, but that's just the case. So if you only have one camera, you would have your camera and someone else that you're playing with showing. And what you would do is follow those same steps. So we're going to pretend that this is my camera here. Oh, and I just minimized it. You can't do that. So as soon as I minimize that, you see that now how it goes away. So I had the window capture here, but because I minimized it, it's now not an active window, and OBS is not able to capture it. Now, as soon as I pull it back up and then just switch over to OBS, it's back there again. But we're going to go ahead and do that same step again. So window capture, you could also copy and paste, but same thing. We're going to capture this Discord window, press OK. And again, for the demonstrative purposes, we're going to pretend that this is your own video that you also want to have up on the screen for a stream or for a video. So you can just drag and draw or drag the corners to resize anything you want. We'll pretend again this one that I'm using is someone else, and now this one is your video. You're going to show up as left-handed or opposite. So all you have to do, Flying Fat Kid, I think, drags the corner and flips it. I don't even know how he does it. He drags a corner and flips it somehow. I never do that. What I do is just simply right click, transform, and you go to flip horizontal. So you're gonna, again, if you guys try this using the same camera, you're gonna say, why am I left-handed? That doesn't look right. All you have to do is flip horizontal, and now if you were lefty, again, now this is backwards, but you get the idea. If you looked like you were backwards in OBS, all you have to do is click that. Again, right click, transform, and flip horizontal. And just like that, you can use one camera if you want to do it. Again, a couple extra steps. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but if you have a little bit extra money, just buy yourself a separate camera. Use one for OBS, one for Discord. Make your life easy, and you can always leave that one camera that you're going to use for OBS if you stream and record a lot by yourself just in there, and then the times that you're going to play online, you just plug in the extra camera. But I think that's about it in terms of the high level stuff. I have game capture again. You can change how you want any of these things oriented in terms of the order. So right now I have these that are on top. You would usually want other people's videos over the gameplay, but for something like this, we could, just for demonstrative purposes, game capture, which is GSPro, you can move this up in the order. So now as soon as I bring up, I won't necessarily be able to show you, but as soon as I bring this up, now this is an active window, you will have that at the very top, and you won't be seeing the videos that are underneath. So recommend having your GSPro window kind of as the base, so that's basically the background, and then anything above it here is basically on top and builds on top of your your base, if that makes sense. But besides that, you guys should be good to go with that. Hopefully I did a decent job explaining it. Again, it's a little bit wonky here with me recording my screen trying to show you, but that's the only way to do it, to be able to show you the different windows that pop up when you select things in OBS. But basically what we went over as just a quick overview is I showed you how to put GSPro into OBS. I showed you how to add your own mic into OBS. I showed you how to add your own camera into OBS. And then after that, we went over to Discord. We joined a voice channel. We grabbed the audio output capture. So again, if I show you the soundboard, I don't have anyone else in here, but it's picking up this audio. Hopefully there's not a massive echo because I'm talking. I really hope it's not picking up. I'll have to watch this back. I may have to redo it if it is. Hopefully it's not picking up my audio and putting that over into OBS and at the same time that I'm talking. Usually it doesn't happen. This is the same way that I set it up for playing online, so it should be fine as long as the display capture didn't mess up anything. But no one's talking, so we'll just do another funny. We'll get a commission here.
Come on, lab.
We'll get Stice Man.
If it wants to piss, let it piss.
You get the idea. Any audio that's going through, sound bites, someone talking, we went over that. So now you have, that's the audio output capture. You have that video, or that audio rather, going through, getting picked up. And then we added the window captures for someone else's video, also your own, if you want to grab your own video within Discord and use that twice. That's the only workaround that I know of. And showed you how to crop things holding down the Alt key. And I also showed you how to flip things horizontally if you happen to be backwards using the same camera. You don't have to flip it if you're grabbing someone else's video. They'll look fine in your Discord. You can just grab that. But without going over everything again, hopefully I didn't forget anything main. I wrote down all the high-level stuff that I wanted to add, and that's basically how you get going. If there's anything else that I could or should be doing, please let me know down below. If there's any other tips or tricks, let me know, or any other cool features that I could be using or maybe you use, please let me know. But hopefully you got something out of this. Hopefully it was helpful. And that's it. Shout out to the members. I didn't have the scroll down below just for this, so apologies for that. But I'll be going live here later on today, and I'll have everyone's names that's kind enough to support the channel and be a member scrolling down below. So let me know what you think down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.